I would laugh if it shot through the back.
Oh!
And it does.
But it caught
About your finger.
Just like that, the bus is painted. Looking so good, but we gotta get it out of the paint booth. It's not really in the paint booth, because the paint booth's over there. But we gotta get it out of this area, because it's just like a small little bus. It's not like
In a small little area.
Yeah, small little area. But yeah, we gotta get it out of the way, so.
Or do that, gotta get it unmasked.
It's in the way, so we gotta get it out of the way. But this thing turned out so good. Oh, for what it is.
Boom. Ready to pull it out. I'm gonna get the bus pulled in. That way we can start putting it together.
What are you doing? Hey, Bobby, you don't have to be scared of Hillbilly. Come here. Come on. You're okay. Come here. You're okay, buddy. Get comfy. Make sure we're doing a good job.
All right, we're getting back to work on the Cool Bus. I'm gonna have Hillbilly start working on the driver's door and putting the big humongous mirror on it. But I'm gonna go start aligning my truck because we have a big drive coming up tomorrow that you guys will see on another video. We're headed out to Kansas for undisclosed reason. But my truck needs an alignment, so I'm gonna go do it. And look who gets to help me. It says sup, it says sup, sup guys.
I'm sick.
Sick? She's a faker. I want her to come to work. Okay, so I'm gonna leave Hillbilly to working on this. I'm gonna do my truck and then we'll come back and we're gonna put this front end together.
Okay, so when I was taking the door latch out, one of the Torx stripped off because it was so tight. So I had to weld a nut to the head to get it out so I can tear the door completely apart. So now I got some Allen button head bolts to replace these Torx ones. So we'll get the door latch installed. Okay, those are tight. Now I'm gonna ready to put the rubber seal on, so when I hang the door and latch it, it's not metal or fresh paint to fresh paint and take chances of scratching. It'll just be resting against the rubber seal. Okay, so me and Colin's gonna work on getting the strip installed real quick, and then we'll bring you back to hang the door. Okay, we got the rubber molding on and ready to hang door. Okay. Wow, that was crazy. Truck about fell off the lift.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, I gotta center the string wheels. Centered? Yep. Wowzers. That's way off.
There's no way he freaking did what that we did by himself.
No. Right now I'm trying to gather up the size I need. Grabbed a handful of wrenches to make sure I get the right size I need. So we can align Robbie's truck. Because it's a little on the wacky side.
And the reason you see Hillbilly on camera, not me, is because I'm on hold with an insurance adjuster, so don't scald me.
Do an office job that the shop needs to get done.
What he says, yep. Mm-hmm. So we've got to move these uppers a long ways, but you can't hardly get in here, so.
One click at a time.
Let's block in the target. All right, so we ran into a learning lesson. So from the factory, these GM vehicles, they have an alignment plastic thingy. So in order to do adjustment on this, you got to pop that plastic out. So we got to go through and take all 4 of them off.
And then what do you do after that? Drill a new hole where the new fitting is and
tighten them up. Yeah, bolts. This is just so at the factory they can slap these things together and they don't have to align them. They're within factory specs.
So we have to lift it up.
This is what we need for the upper control arms of our Pacer. So we'll put this back on. We'll be able to adjust it.
Don't you have to do the inside?
The insides don't have it. Just the outside.
Oh.
See, goes right back on. Now that allows that cam bolt to do its job. So I'll take the back side off. I'm gonna have Hillbilly hurry and do the passenger side, and we'll get this aligned. All right, so what we've decided Hillbilly's gonna turn the torsion bars in, and we're gonna get this front end a little bit higher because I think just things have settled. It's not level. Now that we've got it on the rack, we can stand back, see where we want it level, and then we'll start adjusting, because I can't get enough camber out of this thing right now to make it even do anything.
What does that do?
It's tightening up the torsion bar, which we need, because these don't have coilovers in the front. So when these tighten up, it makes the suspension twist down, and this is it's soft enough that it allows it to spin like this, like a spring, and that's what keeps the front end up. There's a torsion bar. Okay, so I got the bolts cranked in some, and they're evenly spaced. Now we just gotta let this down and see how it sits.
Oh yeah.
A lot more.
Look at that. You're not even touching your bump stops.
That's what we wanted. So the reason we wanted to turn those up is Sean noticed that we were resting on the bump stops. We got to come 2.5 degrees out. Actually, lift it. Let's adjust it like Sean said. I guess this is the joys of having an alignment machine. We can align things and align them again if we need.
And again, and again, and again.
Yeah. All right, so now we're just using our easy toe adjuster, getting the toe all squared around, getting the steering wheel straightened. We'll be done with this alignment. Good enough to go to Kansas. We got a little bit of an issue on the top. I had one of the pins pop out, so ordered that. We'll take care of that as soon as we get back.
Okay, so we got the truck ready for the Kansas trip. Now we just gotta get the trailer ready for the Kansas trip. And these tires have seen better days. So probably wants to get these changed to new, better tires for the Kansas trip, because we don't want to be stranded because of a flat tire on the trailer. And there is the new tires. The old tires are 8-ply. The new tires are 10-ply. So they'll hold the weight better, and the road abuse and turning abuse that tires take, the 10-ply will hold up a lot better than what the 8-ply will. Those are beefy tires.
You're talking about these?
Yeah, those. So that way, if we get stuck, we can take this off, put it on the truck, and have a paddle tire to get us unstuck. Wouldn't that work?
Yeah.
How this new tire machine makes life so much easier. It's shrunk it even more since the last time. Seems like the heat takes it out of it. I don't know if it's the heat or if it's just the moisture, like the dry air.
Pretty dang quick.
And just like that, we're back. Oh, I'm tired.
Don't start that game.
You guys have no clue what we just went and did. But you're gonna find out in another video because it was super cool. But we're back to work on the bus. So today, we're getting this bus built. We're getting the front end all done. We still got shocks and stuff to do. Probably not in this video because it's too much to do. But by the end of this video, we should have a front end on the bus. Hillbilly is masking off the mirror. We're only putting 2 mirrors back on it. We're putting a door mirror and we're putting a big humongous mirror that comes off and sticks 12 feet out in the front so you can see down your passenger side. Anyway, he's getting it all masked up, prepping it out. He's gonna get some black paint on it and then start putting some fenders on. So we've got quite a bit of stuff to do. Thanks for joining. We just went out to Weston's and it was the coolest thing ever, and we just did burnouts with all the Australians, and I cannot wait to show you guys. So be excited, because I'm excited. And Damry did a burnout. She's going to today, but you guys don't get to see that. Well, it's not going to be today, it's going to be another day. But in the video, when you see her do a burnout, it'll look like it's all on the same day. Movie magic. Oh, check out what else came. A restock from boltsandnuts.com came. So at some point, we'll get this all put away, but check this out. They sent us all the main restock for the Mac Daddy, but then for anything in the bins, it's in a different box. These parts are for the smaller drawer kits. Look at that, so you don't even have to guess. They take the guesswork right out of everything. This is so nice. Thanks, Andy.
Gotta get the mirror masked off so we're not getting paint on the mirror or the plastic of the mirror. Because all that looks good still. Just the metal. Now, gotta figure out a way to hang it and paint it. There's a door carton here that will hold that 6-foot mirror perfect and be able to paint it. Just like moving a couch into a house.
Man, it's a beautiful day out here.
It's a beautiful day to be alive. How's the rest of the song go?
I don't know.
Something about a high man chew beard. You know what song I'm talking about? The country song?
Negative. Negative, Ghost Rider.
You need to go listen to it. First item on the chopping block to get painted.
I don't think that goes higher.
Perfect.
Look at that.
Should I do a ha-ha funny and paint it white instead of black? Would Robbie find that funny?
Well,
No. Make sure it's good and shook up and go to Paint Town.
on the second mirror. First coat.
So while the first coat is drying, I'm gonna go in and finish putting that door together.
Man, that door looks good.
Okay, for the door handle and the window regulator, they're held in with it's called a 1/4 inch rivet. I don't feel like trying to do that by hand. So I got the pneumatic one. The pneumatic riveter. Put that in. Now, to move on to the inside of the door. Gotta get some rivets out and then I'll install this one.
You looked like you're getting something in the tire.
Hope I didn't grind the tire. Yeah, I don't know why they done 2 bolts and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rivets, but they did. You gotta finagle it into the hole. And before I go installing rivets, I'll get the bolts put in, make sure it's ran properly, and then I'll install rivets. I'm trying to put it in the wrong hole. I got it upside down. Now, installing crank for the window roller upper downer. This rivet in place. Ow!
Ooh,
It shot me.
I hit the paint. Oh, hit the paint, chipped it.
Did it?
Yep.
Where?
Right there. Big old chip.
We'll stand in front of it then.
You take one for the team.
I did, and it don't feel too good.
Okay, well, Hillbilly's finishing up riveting the door. He forgot a bracket to paint, so I said, "Oh, I'll take care of it." I'm gonna try these new Turbo Blaster 3000 fans out. So yeah, I'm gonna find a spot on the cart. Look at that, probably right here. Perfect spot. I get this hung up, spray it down, then we can coat it with the other ones. You gotta stand like 4 foot back.
So, came to the conclusion, I want to try to attempt to do this window, because I can't finish anything else without the window being done.
What are you afraid of doing the window for?
Breaking it.
Oh. What he's saying is he has to rivet the window. And with that big rivet, he's scared to go. Hillbilly has a, he just, what would you call it? Just not very good luck with fragile things.
I don't have a very good finesse for fragile things.
Yeah, like it just, hillbilly and fragile things don't go together.
We go together like a bull in a china shop.
Yep.
Just doesn't happen.
But you're feeling confident.
Oh wait! Doesn't have to go through the glass.
Perfect.
Goes through the metal.
So it's your lucky day.
Let's hope.
Look at your face.
Stand right there. I would laugh if it shot through the back.
Oh!
And it does.
But it caught.
About your finger.
That's kind of impressive.
Yeah. That's a little long. I don't think that's for the window. But I do think that's for this. Yep. So now we still have to find a window sill. Oh, hey, look right there. Found it. That fits like poopy.
Is it supposed to go inside there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely on the outside.
Is it? So I just rolled the window all the way down, took the bolt out that holds the bottom of the run channel in place, moved the run channel out, put it on the window, rolled the window up. So now it's in its run channel, bolt it back up again. Right now I'm fighting to get the run channel in place because it's just a short one and it clips onto the other one.
What are you doing now?
Putting the kick panel in. Trying to. There we go. Interior of the bus is now done on this side. Just I did a door panel. But I can't do the door panel until the mirror because I need to wire the mirror on or wire the mirror up, but I can't put the mirror in because the paint is still very tacky and
sticky. Go out there with the
sticky.
leaf blower and dry it off.
I was using a pneumatic riveter, and one shot me in, and then I moved out of the way when I didn't want to hit the paint.
Serious?
We used a cup and it shot through the cup.
Well, that's slightly violent.
Yeah.
So it obviously went through and then you put it back in.
No, it
So I stuck this.
yeah, just the way you pulled it out was the way it was.
All right, you violent little thing. Yeah, it's supposed to have a thing that goes on the back.
Everything's done. All I got left is the panel and the mirror, but I can't put the panel on because I need to wire the defrost on the mirror. Can't install the mirror because the mirror is very tacky and sticky still.
The paint has to cure. We should go out and watch the paint dry. I've got to put the 2010 upper tie bar in, but in doing that, I have to change the hood release cable. So rather than trying to fish it in, I'm going to tape it to it and I'm going to pull it in. Just so you guys can see what the dealio is. Here's the new one. Comes with a new handle. But I'm going to show you why I have to change it. They are different. We'll get that off and we'll pull this cable out. We'll cut it, we'll pull it, we'll do the things, and we'll pull this new one in. And then I'll get the tie bar on, and then we'll start building the front end. I'll get these all bolted up. I gotta get the coolers bolted up, the wiring put back in.
And I had to remove this kick panel that I was fighting to get in place to remove this panel to get to the hood latch release. It's coming along pretty good. Just got the hood latch release unbolted so that way Robbie can do his thing. And then I'll put all the plastic back together on the inside once Robbie gets done installing the new hood latch release cable and handle. Okay, so I asked Robbie how to do this and he just told me how to do it. You cut the hood latch cable on the inside of the bus. You take the new cable, electrical tape it to the old cable, and train it on through.
Have you pulled this through the firewall yet?
No.
Okay.
Get ready to tape this on.
I'm just getting ready. I'm just gonna pull the rubber. Actually, we gotta like push or pull. See if you can get your hand up there by the firewall and push the rubber to release it. Or get me a really long hook. This is buried under the coolant return, or anyway, it's all the way up in here and we can't reach, so we're doing it trickster style. There's a rubber plug that I've got to try to release out of the firewall. Once we get that released, then we'll pull it through.
These are the ones we couldn't find.
Look, this is the type of boss. No.
No, I can't find
Oh,
it. We couldn't
I
find
was just pointing at her and she handed me a bag of bolts. This is the type of person you need. The boss comes to work and puts bolts and nuts away. It's amazing.
it. There's so many bolts, so many sizes.
All right, so I've got it all pulled out. Hillbilly's gonna get it all taped up and we're pulling this new one in.
You feel confident on taping that hillbilly? You got one shot at this.
I mean, as confident as I can get with that one shot.
What are you doing, Hillbilly?
Trying to get it to go through the hole.
The tape?
No, the plastic. Before I coupled up.
Well, how big is your hole?
I can't see the hole.
Do we just need to undo
I
it?
could
And you just, hey, do we need to just,
through?
yeah.
That's what we're about to do.
Okay, well, scratch that. It's not gonna fit, so we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way and just make it really hard.
With Paul?
Paul? I ruined it. It's ruined. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy.
It's gonna come first try.
Doubt it. Turn it towards. You gotta like push yours that way so that it comes towards me. Back it up. Back it up. You just like shoved as hard as you could and it went under everything. Go. Back up. Back up. Okay, there you go. Now. Yep. Oh, a little more. Hold it. Okay, push a little. Tiny bit. Little bit.
You guys made it sound like it's gonna be so hard.
Well, it was. You shoved it all the way up into the engine.
Got it.
We're just gonna give you a play-by-play because why not? Hinges need to go on. Hood needs to bolt on. Cowl needs to go on. Yeah.
The last one that goes on the wall. All done.
Oh, you still.
Just kidding. I'm not doing this.
Those are the little box ones.
Robbie can do these ones.
Knowing Robbie, he's gonna want this bus started up and backed up because that's a very tight area to work, and trying to carry a hood, fender, it's a headache. So backing it up to where we have oodles of room in the front to do what we need to do. Gotta scuff up some bright yellow bolts. Can't have bright yellow on black, it'd look hideous. So we're gonna scuff them up and trim black them.
Did you already scuff these?
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Now it'll get trim black and
I still have a great job. If these don't look good, I'm blaming you.
That sounds good. It didn't even touch them.
I was just thinking that's gonna happen. What's gonna happen?
All right, we're just trying to figure out where all the bolts go. This is why you use bags. All right, so we'll get these two mounts all mounted up. We're waiting on some paint to dry. We'll get the latch assembly in, then we'll start putting the sheet metal on. These are the wrong bolts. That's what it is. We changed supports.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna find new bolts and not ruin this.
mirror's finally dried. The paint is finally dried, I should say. So I'm waiting to get it installed. Then I'll unmask it because I don't want to scratch the paint. Trying to unmask it. Okay, I'm gonna get these bolts tight, or these nuts tight, and then I'll connect the wires back together for the defrost. Time to install this doohickey thingy. Dust shield or whatever it's called. I'm not sure what it's called.
I think we're gonna need some double side tape.
Do you think we could wash it?
Maybe.
Make it stick again? Do you think window cleaner would work?
Because it still has some stick to it.
Let's try this.
Still wet.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Adhesive spray. Trim or super trim adhesive. Is what I'm going to use on the stiff. So you go. Let it dry for a minute.
You guys would get a kick out of watching Hillbilly with this spray adhesive. Just getting it
Everywhere.
His hands are gonna be stuck together after this. Oh yeah, that'll be good.
Installing the speakers.
So I went ahead and figured out what the problem was. All my threads are dirty, so I'm just running my tap through them all so that I don't have any form of issues. So just about got the last one. We'll get this all bolted up, and then we'll get my latch assembly put on. The latch assembly, we're going to use the factory bolts. Just got to find them. Now we're getting somewhere. When in doubt, don't crank it in. Take the bolts out, tap them, clean the threads.
Also, wait. When in doubt, don't throttle up.
No, not when it comes to this stuff.
When in doubt, tap it out.
And guess what? This door is complete.
Wow.
Now to put another mirror bracket on. Gotta get the 6-foot long mirror on.
That's a huge mirror.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think he's exaggerating a little bit though when he says 6 feet.
4 foot.
Mm.
Okay, got all the bolts in, got the latch assembly on. We're gonna run to lunch, And then we'll get back, finish up this core support, start hanging sheet metal. Hillbilly's gonna get that mirror hung, and then he's headed to lunch. So this core support's just a little bit different. So I gotta make some new holes. I got me a self-tapping screw, and I'm drilling my hole with that. Then I'll put my normal screw in it. So it cuts me a hole, some threads, put the factory bolt back in it. Okay. We're on a Donkey Kong.
All right, I'm gonna spray these bolts, then we'll put them. Then we'll install the mirror. Those will look way better on there.
Took a few things off of the core support that we're getting put back on. I don't know what that is. It's an electrical buzzer thingy, but we got the bracket here, and then the trans cooler and the power steering cooler go right here. I'm gonna get this put on first before I put the other cooler on.
That spot was on the ground. I couldn't see it and I thought I got it. But I guess I did not get it.
That spot everyone will be able to see, so it's gotta be fixed.
I like that far back. Let's do it.
He's scared.
You gotta stand far back with that one.
Oh yeah, way far back. You look like a paint gun.
You should have just held it.
Yeah, I would have been black.
Yeah. How did that happen?
All right, that hole's broke, so we're gonna drill it out and probably put a self-tapper in it. But now it's time to go to lunch. Said that already. Now I'm serious.
I had to wait 4 hours for lunch.
Why?
Because you said to get the mirror hung and your wife just repainted the whole mirror.
Well, that's true.
So I had to wait 4 hours for the paint to dry. Bolting the mirror bracket on. Because we're not doing it the way we took it off. We fought like heck to get that mirror off. I'm not waiting 4 hours to go to lunch. So I'm just going to put this bracket on and that pipe on and then go to lunch. Because I'm starving. Don't want that tight just yet. Because I don't know where it needs to exactly be for the mirror. So now it's lunchtime. So let's go to lunch. Okay, so on my way back from lunch, I walked past the mirror and I touched it. It's dry. So that means we get to hang a mirror. Can't remember, did it go this way or this way?
Down.
It went down?
Like an antenna on an animal.
An animal?
Or a bug. Not an animal, bug.
Wait, what?
He asked if the mirror went down or up. It went down.
I forgot to wash it on the other side. Gosh dang it.
Hillbilly can hold it all day.
This is hard.
I definitely don't think this went down.
That's $20.
Because the pedal sits here, the other mirror would be
gotta
blocked.
kick it out.
The other mirror would be blocked.
I think it will hold it.
Do you think that mirror went straight up? You know how many times Sean hit his head on that mirror? Go ask Sean.
We can go look at YouTube.
Go ask Sean and see
We
what
don't
he
want to distract Sean. He's always busy. If you say so, we'll do it this way. No. We're already even.
Oh, we never shake on the second one.
A man's word is just as good as a man's handshake.
Look. Like this? I can only see a part of the mirror, but it looks like it's that way.
No, it's down.
Yeah, like that.
Or I mean up.
You were saying up.
It's up.
It is not up. It is definitely down. Here's another picture, but it's really blurry.
Now we have to find one more bar. We're missing a bar.
Why?
Because there's a bar that goes from here up.
You sure about that?
Yeah, so it doesn't bounce. We're missing a bar that goes from here to here, so that way it doesn't do this. See, it bounces. I found the bolt. Now we just gotta find the bolt that goes into there. Okay, I swapped the bars to where they're supposed to be. Now we just gotta find a bolt to attach the bottom bar to the bus.
All right, we're back from lunch. Now we'll start doing the things that I already said that we're gonna do. Now that we have these things done, it's time to put a hood on.
Now it's sturdy. Up and down. There's a little bit of wobbles.
Dirty or dirty?
Sturdy dirty. Now I gotta get the sizes to tighten up these 2 bolts, and this mirror will be done.
Bolts?
Yeah.
All right, now I need to grab the striker. We'll get this put on the underside of the hood and we'll get the latch all adjusted. Went right in. Well, that's cool.
That's one really bad gap between the hood and the fender right now.
It's a huge gap. Go pull it to make sure it'll release.
Pulling.
Oh, we need to lubricate it like a lot, but it's just really rusty. So we'll get some lubrication spray in here. We'll get that all loosened up and then it should work just fine. Pull the release cable. Just keep it pulled. I'm going to try to work it. Release. It's working. All right, we've got that all working now. Now I got my handprints everywhere. That's nice. Then we'll get the fenders put on and get those all adjusted. Then we'll work on the header panel and the headlights. That's somewhat of where it needs to be. I'm gonna go grab some new bolts so that we don't have to paint them. We have a bolt bin that has gold bolts. All right, so we've got the other fender on. We're gonna grab the passenger fender and kind of put it up in place and figure out how to adjust it. We have to put 2 bolts in here that used to come from the other side. We ended up cutting it. So they obviously had the fender on before they had this cap, but we can't do that. So we're helping out the next person that has to change this fender. So Hillbilly's grabbing it, then we'll get it all adjusted. All right, we got to readjust this. Up a little. Oh, down a little. Oh. Just push your top in. Ready? Yep. All right. So adjusting, it's just guessing.
A little bit more.
And it needs to come back. Fender needs to go back.
Match right there.
Oh yeah, this is what we need to do. All right. Open the hood. I think we can close this up. So let's loosen this. We'll loosen this one and that one, and we'll push the fender back.
Okay, I was putting the bumper ends on, and we ran into a little bit of a problem. We never test fit the fenders with the bumper before. Sean modified this bumper once for the other fenders. We had to take them off and get them powder coated, and that's when Sean was modifying the fenders, is why these were getting, bumper ends were getting powder coated, but it's pushing tight up against the fender. No gap whatsoever. And then there's a big gap there. So we're gonna have to do some more modifying. Almost forgot one thing. To reconnect this mirror. The defrost. Colton reminded me if asked me if I'd done it or not, and reminded me that I needed to do it. Now, just got an extension cord, get an extension cord, I'll heat shrink those. Slide this heat shrink over the top of that, and get it heat shrunk, and this will be done. Done. Push it back in the hole where it's supposed to be.
All right, so I've got this all tightened up. Got the bottom tightened. We've got to get the wiring put across the front, and then the header panel can go in. So the wiring harness needs a little bit of modification. So we'll do that after we get it all put back together. So anyway, we'll go across, get it all put back, and then figure out what to change. All right, I'm just routing the wiring through the header panel. We've got the header panel all mounted. We got our spacers in. We are gonna have to trim some of it to make this bumper end fit, and we're gonna have to modify the side of the bumper a little bit to drop it down. Oh, there's Lincoln. But say hi. Oh. So we'll get this header panel all tightened up. We are gonna have some wiring that has to be addressed because this wiring is not gonna work. But I've got all brand new pigtails to run the new lights. They're composites, so they're gonna be a lot better.
What does composite mean?
Composite is like a sealed plastic unit. The old style was the glass sealed beam. Get it all tightened up. And we'll put the headlights in and the grill. All right, so we're gonna make sure that the headlights fit. We've got to slot the bumper ends. They're gonna come down a little bit here. So we got to see if we need to trim this. Oh yeah. So where's the bumper end? We want to put them like, well, it'll be like a 1/2 inch up from there. So yeah, let's trim that plastic down. But where's your marker? All right, so we'll trim these down and then we'll slot these up. These bumper ends should fit. All right, so we just did some checking. I used my test light. We figured this out. We got our blinkers, our markers, and our ground. So on this new light, we have a marker light, we have a park lamp, we have a blinker, and then we have a headlight. So I'm going to put the park lamp and marker light into the same circuit because this was not in 2002. I'm going to wire it into this. I'm going to get this all wired into that. I'm going to put my headlight stuff here. I got my low beam, my high beam, and my ground. I'm gonna hurry and do some wiring and then we'll have this side done. I can't hook the other side up because I don't have the sockets. So we'll order those from Ford tomorrow and then we'll be able to get those done at another time.
We just got the one bumper wing thing put on. So I'm just gonna get it bolted up and then we'll get the other one done. Had to take the reamer and ream out the holes a little bit so it dropped down a 1/2 inch-ish. And so now,
Still gonna look good.
yes it is.
So I've got these connected, non-insulated butt connectors, and we'll just heat shrink them.
Just getting the driver's side bumper wing thing bolted on. We had to shave a little bit more off because it wasn't quite enough to match the other side, but we're getting it now.
I'm just getting this all ready so I can go over and splice the chassis harness to my new harness. So while I'm waiting, I'm gonna get this side ready too, and with headlights, you don't ever touch them. They'll burn out. All right, so now I've just got to figure out all my wires, and we'll splice it in to these wires right here. All right, so now that I've got those, I'm gonna put a large heat shrink around all of them and hold them together. That way, if we ever have issues, I'll never be able to get into this. Okay, now go flip. Let's turn the marker lights on. Let's turn the blinker on and make sure these work. Okay, blinker. Marker. Yay! Off. It worky. Now we gotta do the headlight. So I'm just stripping these off so we can figure out which one is high beam, low beam, and ground. All right, so we grabbed the power probe to try to figure out which one is ground, which one's power.
Oh,
So the middle is obviously high beam.
that's high.
They're both high beam.
So that makes it both high beam.
That's ground. Okay, is your low beams on?
They are now.
Start it. That's our whole problem. All right, so we're just gonna double check the light. Oh, hey, low beam. Low beam. High beam. Okay, so we've got something hooked up backwards. So we got high beam. That was high beam, right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the passenger side wiring all done. We don't have the light sockets, so we won't be able to put the lights in it, but we'll at least have it done. I'm pretty sure we have a blown fuse because I can't get the low beam on the driver's side to work. The low beam on the passenger side works. So we're gonna work through that, get the fuse changed, and hopefully get these lights in. All right, so we got the low beam light working. We had a blown fuse like I suspected because I had power before I touched them. So I figured we had a blown fuse. So Hillbilly got that all fixed and taken care of. I'm just making the wiring for the cats. Oh, cats are getting mad. Bombi, stay in here.
He's
Look
like,
at- Bombi's on guard. He's like, ah, I'm
he's
going
like,
out there.
he's like, heck no, I'm not going out there. What are you here, Bob?
Like, come out, wherever you are.
What is it? Can you hear that, buddy?
Blinker. Okay, good. Got it. Get it. Good. We'll get my conglomeration of wiring all hooked up. All right, we got it all wired up. Hillbilly's gonna turn the lights on. We're gonna double check everything and then get these lights put in, get the grill put in, and be done for the night. Okay, blinker. It's working. High beams.
No.
Whoa, okay, cool. Shut her off. Okay, we're gonna put these bulbs back on the driver's side where they belong. Get these lights put in. Okay, let's see if this wiring job works. Somebody put all the bolts in the holes.
Who's that?
Probably the same person that put the fuse in halfway.
No, it was loose. It wasn't pushed in all the way, and that's not one that I touched.
So it just magically had power.
Vibrations.
Did we take us on a dirt road? Did it vibrate?
Oh, it's because we don't have shocks in the front.
So, but I had power tonight, and then I lost it because I blew the fuse.
Same with this side. Got to switch wiring around. Just plugs are backwards.
Get this all bolted in. So Cody's going to grab me a longer bolt. And we'll get this thing all tightened up. All right, lights are in. Conversion is almost done. Let's turn the lights on, make sure the driver's side works. Passenger side, once we get the bulbs and the sockets, it'll be done. High beams? Heck yeah. So the OnX Off-Road Cool Bus is coming along. Make sure that you guys get your Elite membership or a basic membership or whatever you need from OnX Off-Road so you guys can get your name on this bus, because we just about have this thing done and it's gonna travel the country, going to events, and they wanna take a part of you with them. So as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.